stumbled across this video, Your Locks Tell a Story, and this was on TBA82's channel, and she was tagged by Atreyu Loc. So he's the one who originated it. Hey, because he's a new lock YouTuber. I thought it was really cute because, you know, people see your hair and they're like, oh my gosh, what did you do to get your hair so shiny? Why is your hair always looking so good? What do you do? Well, and you get so many compliments all the time. But if you really like zoom in, like hone in on it, my locks are not perfect. And I know TBA82 gets it all the time because even me watching her locks are always on fleek. Like, hey girl, hey. So this video is just going to show you the imperfections or just the little stories behind some of my locks that you may not know. So the first one I'm going to start with is one that I picked out because I had to search up for it. So this one was a mistake. When I first started my locks, so this is within the first year, and my locks were starting to bud. So it had all these little bumps in between. So if you're a lock, then you know the story. So I had all these little bumps and I wanted my hair to be so uniform and perfect, which it kind of are no, because as your hair locks, eventually everything will mesh together and get that cylindrical shape. So I wanted that look from the beginning. So I got the perfect idea to, let me see, I have a scissors here. I had the perfect idea to basically run the scissors along my lock like this and cut around the bumps. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pan roll it out so everything looks good. Wrong. So the next time I washed my hair, I lost about 3 locks in the shower. 3 whole locks fell out in the shower because of the trimming. Because what I did is I broke those hairs that were interlocked and trying to lock, and then when you snip off a piece of it, it would disintegrate. So this one now was hanging on literally by threads. So what I did is I gathered all the little fuzz from the roots and I interlocked it. So what has happened here, if I let this go, it's gonna dip like that. And my hair is dry. So right around here is where I interlocked it. I'm gonna try to hold it straight so you can see it better. But my hair is thick and then it kind of thins out right here. So even though it looks thin, it's actually really strong. But right there, that's where I almost lost this baby, but it's so cute to see how far it's come because look at the length. That's when I first started my locks. And I could cut it off, but it's, you know, it tells a story and I just like to play with it when I find it. But yeah, that's that story. And do not trim your locks along the shaft. Don't do it. Other 2 locks now that have stories. These 2, what look like baby locks. See? Here and here. So what had happened with these locks? Well, my hairline has always been fairly light. So you can see it's fairly thick, but I have a lot of baby hairs, so to speak. But so once I started locks, this was always a problem area. Eventually, this one fell off. This one was thinning. So I actually cut off the lock and I tried to kind of sweep the little baby hairs into other locks. Then I used the Jamaican black hacksaw to try to thicken up that area, and it was working. Everything was starting to grow back, and then I decided to start another lock. So the lock that I cut off, I decided to sew on. So I do have a video where I showed you how I sewed them on. Sewed them on, everything was good, everything was coming along, but as my hair started to get longer, then the area started to thin again. So I would say, I can't remember if it was this year I cut it, but it's been a few months now that I cut these locks above where I sewed them on. So you can see how long it's been since I sewed them on. But I think what the problem is with these locks is the weight. So once you have any areas that are thinning, the weight of the lock would affect it, because look at my hairline. See? My hairline is thick, but once these locks started to get back their length, it started to thin again. So I just snipped them off. I don't mind, it makes me look a little bit like a rabbi with the 2 little curls at the side, but I love it. And, you know, it's part of my story. Then now, if you come to the back, if you follow my IG, you will already know I have a pop of color at the back. But what's unique about this pop of color is that all of the purple locks in the back of my head are sewn on locks. So this is when I have my undercut. And then I always plan to sew them back on. And when I sew them back on, before I sew them back on, I bleached them and I dyed them purple. So whenever I see a purple lock, that's the locks that are sewn on, and the locks that I kind of have to keep an eye on. And I don't know, I think it's just kind of cute because to some people or to most people it's just a pop of color, but to me those are the locks that I sewed on. Then now, the other one that tells a story, so to speak, is my longest lock. And even before I had locks, first of all, I had different textures. In the back middle part of my head, like right back here, that was very coarse. It always used to get knotted. Then the top front, crown area of my head was very light and soft, and it used to grow the longest. Right here, texture was kind of in between, but it used to be the shortest. Saying all that to say, my longest lock is at the top of my head. I have it actually braided up a little bit here, but it should still show the longest since they're all braided. So there it is. I'll just straighten them out so you can see. So this baby right here, so it's coming from this patch in here. This one is 28 inches, and I measured it myself last week. So 28-inch human hair. Hey. So that's pretty much it for my Locs Tell a Story. If you have any questions, as usual, comment below, DM me, message me on Facebook. I've got all my social media links down below. I've also got a few links to show you my playlist, and that's pretty much it for now. See you.
Yeah. Thank you, far too kind.